I'd love to jump a little bit to maybe some of the renovations that you guys have made, not only recently, but like going on like now that you just made. Talk to me a little bit about that journey, because I know you guys are heavily reinvesting in your center, which is something that not everyone does. That you guys are really going in with 2 feet. Talk to me a little bit about that. Maybe the bumper cars and the clutch bowling, and maybe a couple of different things you guys have going on.
Okay, so first and foremost, Grandpa always taught us that you always have to reinvest in your business. If you don't reinvest in your business, then it's going to look like it's old and outdated, and people aren't going to want to come.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first got back from the military, they started a renovation on the front. We opened the front with this huge entranceway, and I was like, "Wow, that's really cool." What are we going to do on the inside? And they're like, "Oh, well." So a few years later, we lifted the floor because we had a little 4-inch step up to the approach. We
Mm.
leveled all that out, and we put some nice blue tile down there. It's I don't remember what tile, but the casinos are now using it a lot, and
Mm.
so we were able to cut bowling pins in it and
Oh,
bowling
cool.
balls with flames on them. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then my mother-in-law's father built some couches. We have custom couches here that look
Oh,
like
wow.
bowling pins.
Oh,
They're
sweet.
really cool. Yeah, you haven't been here yet. We got
I
to get
know.
you an eat.
I'm gonna be there.
Um,
Yeah, I want to see it.
so recently we have closed our bar. We used to have an 80,500 square foot bar. The bar scene just isn't what it used to be.
Hmm.
So when the last
As how
leaser came to
recent is that? A recent change, or just over the last 10 years kind of thing?
the last 2 years,
Okay.
2.5 years,
Okay.
um, they came to us and said, "Hey, the laws in Oklahoma have changed. We can't have 2 liquor licenses in one building. So I think we're out." And we're like, "Okay, cool, bye." So my mother-in-law for years has been, "Hey, let's turn the bar into an arcade." And so the bar was gone, and nobody was jumping on to lease the bar anymore. So
Hmm.
we went in and we completely redid the bar area. Now it is an 8,000 square foot arcade. We
Wow.
also have
How many games?
candy in there, like novelty candy and
Mm.
sodas. We have an ice cream shop.
Mm.
We do have a party room. It's in the very back of it, but it seats, I want to say, 30 people total. So it's not a huge party room, but it's a
Hmm.
party room.
Yeah.
And then at the same time we did that, we're like, well, what are we going to do with the 1,200 square foot that we're taking the arcade out of and moving over to the bar? So we found bumper cars.
Mm. Right.
Um, Amusement products. They have great bumper cars. They have one that flips around in circles, like always. I mean,
Hmm.
regular bumper cars. And we have 4 of those. But then we're like, we need something, some wow factor. So they have a thing called Flip Zone. It flips end over end like this when
Oh,
you
cool.
push a button or get hit. And,
Hmm.
we got 3 of those and we're like, man, these things are amazing.
Right.
We had to tear out the whole west side of the building, basically the door, the entryway, just to get them in because they were so
Oh,
big.
yeah. Right.
My father-in-law rode it from outside inside the building, upside down. So that was pretty cool. So he got to ride one in upside down, and my
Yeah.
mother-in-law got to ride the first real one inside the building. And
Wow.
they came in, and about a week later, they had us up and running, and we're just going from that point forward. So fast forward to this last spring, we updated the AMF Cubica system to Conquer X. We updated to Conquer X, and then we installed Clutch.
Hmm.
Um, in fact, you remember the whole hands-on thing? My mother-in-law and father-in-law, my wife actually drove to Plano, Texas, to see Jamie Brooks,
Okay.
center there, at Plano Super Bowl, and they actually had
Mm.
Clutch. That's why they went down there and to check it out. And I think we were pretty sold after they went down there and seen it. So now on the first 12 lanes, we have a curtain running down lane 12 and 13, and we have Clutch on the first 12 lanes. And Clutch is pretty cool. You
Yeah.
can do a lot of cool things with it. There's a lot of training. If you have a bowler that's
Mm.
die hard, want to get better, the Kegel system, the Specto Kegel, it is very well. I mean, it has a lot of training objects that you can do to get better. They also have a lot of for the kids. Every day it seems like that you see something different that you
Hmm.
didn't see before, and So they have
Yeah.
it's doing very well.
And now do you sell that like like an add-on or a separate product, or how do you guys sell that?
So clutch right now is sold as an hour different product than traditional bowling.
Mm-hmm.
We also offer it for like corporate parties because it is closed off, so they can use that as corporate parties down
I
there.
see, like a VIP section kind of
Yeah,
thing. Yeah, very cool.
and then we have a little meeting room behind it that we can offer for like catering and things like that.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. So you guys really have a perfect setup then for those corporate events to be able to
We
have their
do.
own thing.
We really do. Some corporate parties are bigger than others, but you know what? At the end of the day, if I can offer them everything I have to offer them, and they have come out and they have a great time, they're going to think about me next year.
Right. Yep. Exactly. Once you get them to rebook, then you get them in the habit. Then you're building a recurring business model, like a
Yeah,
league,
and
right?
exactly, a league is just like that.
Right. Exactly. Instead of every week, it's just once a year, but you got to get more of them. But they're a much bigger ticket.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And they book everything. They don't know if they're bringing kids, so they're like, "Yeah, we got to have arcade cards." Well, some of our adults may like the bumper cars. Hey, is there any way we can
Mm.
have a private liquor down here? And we're like, "Yep, we got a way to do that. We have a mobile liquor cart that we can take down there and just do a private spot for them."
Very cool. Yeah, and I think that's something I've really been talking to proprietors about is that one of the benefits of those corporate events. And we call them corporate. Some people think like, oh, we don't have any big corporations in our town. Corporate is just an adjective, right? It could be a team of roofing company who has a crew of 10 people. It doesn't need to be a massive corporation, but just anytime you have like a team event, one of the things that they are different from maybe like a birthday party is that they have a lot less price sensitivity because for them it's an investment. They're investing in their employees' morale and productivity and their how their ability to work as a team. So for them, there's actually a return on it. They're willing to spend a lot more than someone who's just trying to have a birthday party for their young child.
Correct. And the team building thing, the cool thing with the Cubica aspect of it and the clutch together, the clutch has a team building opportunity, but so does AMF, the
Hmm.
Conqueror program. They have a team building program that businesses, if you have AMF, you can actually look at doing it on the lanes for your corporate events because they do offer team building opportunities on the games and stuff
Yeah,
like
tell
that.
me about that. How does that work? I haven't heard of that.
So I know one of them is the U-Tunes. It's a game that they can play down there that has different cartoons. And
Hmm.
I know the way it was told to me was like the boss can take a picture at the front desk and we can put it on there as a team building picture.
Hmm.
And that boss will go through all the lanes that they have open at the same time. And they, as they throw the ball, they're trying to hit him in the face with a pie or
Okay.
things like that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a real fun little.
Right.
We need to pie the boss in the face, or we need to get to see the boss dressed as a girl, or different things.
Right. Right.
Awesome cartoons. U-Tunes is probably a major seller when it comes to kids and adults both because the kids love cartoons and the
Hmm.
adults it's got just that little twisted humor in a lot of it. So
Yeah.
parents and children like it a lot in both different directions too. So
Hmm.
it's a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. I mean, when you're selling fun, anytime you can add to that fun, it's a better product, right?
Yes, sir. And
Hmm.
in the entertainment business, you have to sell fun because
Hmm.
if you're not selling fun, they're not enjoying it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why would they get up and leave when they can just sit at home on their phone?
It's the way of the movies. Movies come out on Netflix and all of that, Hulu and all of that. What,
Hmm.
couple days later? So
Yeah.
we don't need movie theaters because I can sit on my couch in my pajamas and eat my popcorn that I didn't pay $12 for.
Right. Exactly. Whereas with family entertainment centers, and it's not just the activity, but also the camaraderie of going out with the friends and family or
Correct.
employees.
Yep.
Mm.
And
So
it's real hard to take a
but
corporate business to a movie theater and be like, yeah, I've got 40 people. And they're like, yeah,
right,
that's $800
you're
because you
right.
have 40 people.
Hmm. Yeah, and then you're just gonna sit in a movie theater together, watching the same movie.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, did you like this video? Great. We make 10 of them a week. Subscribe to learn more and keep learning about what's working in the industry. Talk to you then.